Good luck, but you get decent results as always. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in as well. Hope you're doing well today. Nice, what are you making for dinner tonight? Hey Silvax, hope you're doing well today. Thanks for stopping in. Spaghetti and garlic knots. Nice, that sounds really good. You got a bladed wizardly last night on this farm. Dang, that's a nice drop. Congrats. Does anyone know why my posts keep getting stuck halfway? Are you running like cancel scans? Because they do throttle you after 60 or 70 actions per minute, I think. So the best item I've gotten so far today is this one. Sporting rifle. RMV's 14.6. Min buyout on Tichondrius right now is 12.5. Couple lockboxes, and then some nether weave that I can use to level up my tailoring. I also have this bow, but I'm probably going to learn this since I haven't added the appearance to my collection yet. And then I keep anything else that has a RMV of close to 1k. I'm actually going to port out and then show you guys my cells on this tune. If it's just post scans, I'm not sure why it would keep getting stuck. Like, does it stop completely, or does it just slow down? I'm not sure. Are you on TSM 410 or are you still on 409? Yeah, I've just been running this on alt as well. The Shadow Labs farm. I have a couple other hunters up right now. They do pretty well, actually. Maybe just report it as a bug on Discord. And then they can probably help you out, take a look at it.
Greetings, sir, and/or ma'am. Not everything in the ocean is as good-looking or nice-mannered as I am. Come back with some better stories.
So I did actually sell one of the recipes that I got. The Mana Weave Cloak. From the same Shadow Labs farm. Sold a compendium for $9.39, and then a bunch of horse scrolls. 1.8. So like 30 gold each.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I could learn this, but I'm gonna try and sell it a few times. Maybe relist it 3 or 4 times, and then if it doesn't sell, I can just learn it.
If you find anything exotic that would scare you shellless. Fine, leave. I was done talking to you anyway.
Just sending these to my blacksmith. He can... what is the black market? Oh, where is the black market? For Dalaran? It's in the underbelly. I can actually show you really quick.
I can't trade that.
Dang, Senza with a party of 89. Thank you so much for that raid. How was your stream? Thank you everyone for the follows as well. Clinda 17, T Seiki 9000, Doc Otter 06, and Sith Lord Bane. Yeah, I didn't even know that you were streaming. I haven't seen you on in a while. But glad to see you back. Stream is good, a little bit of crafting and a little bit of cleanup. Nice. Bacon Bits 078 and Control TV, thank you for the follows. Yeah, it has been a while. I've only done two streams in the past month. Dang, are you gonna try and get back and stream more? Or are you busy with other stuff, IRL?
Can I assist you? Till next we meet.
So the first black market is down here. Probably the easiest one to get to. And then there is also one specifically for rogues in the Rogue Order Hall.
Behold the wonders of Pandaria.
Dang, containers are so expensive on Tychondrius. 477 already, and it's still at long.
Spirits bless your path.
There's also one in near the new capital cities. I actually don't know where it is for a horde, but if I'm on a Alliance tune, I can show you guys later. So I think I'm done on this tune, so I'm gonna switch. Yeah, 400k is pretty insane. I usually try and pick them up for like 75 to 100. So the Alliance one is like pretty close to where you buy the Longboy. I think the NPCs are actually like right across from each other. No worries, man. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I took like a week off, so I've been pretty much going every day this past week. And it's not too bad just turning stream on whenever I'm on WoW, so I think it works out pretty well. Hey Darkwing, hope you're doing well today. Thanks again, Senza, for the raid, and welcome everyone from her channel. Hey Maximix, hope you're doing well today. Yeah, it's been so long I don't even remember where it is in Borealis. I think it's like down here. We can fly down there and check it out. Selling stuff on the auction house. I'm up to 700k at the moment. Dang, that's really nice. So for Horde, it's in the Tortolan Refuge. You just talk to Madame Goya. And then for Alliance, it's Madame Gosu. And she's at Hook Point. So actually we're pretty close. Looks like it's like down here on the map. Oh yeah, it's like right here.
These are the finest goods in
So there's a container on this realm, but it's up to 136. Probably not going to bid on it. Emerald Whelpling for 17 is pretty. Might as well bid on that while we're here. Have the redemption set, so we can ignore that. And then I'm not too worried about the Miss Pandaria stuff. We can farm that fairly easily.
Live for your dreams.
Let me show you what I got.
And then this is the Longboy vendor. Oh, you can actually buy more than one of these. Do I want to drop 200k on having 3 of these pets? Probably not. I don't think they're used for very many comps. Probably just worth having one. Still have 2 battle nets to buy this Longboy on, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. Those 2 accounts I don't play very much. I reactivate them maybe like 2 months out of the year. So probably not worth like dropping 10 million just to get Longboys on those battle nets.
Stop by any.
You have come to the right.
I'm gonna switch realms. I forgot which realm we left off on yesterday, but we can start on Zul'jin and work our way up. Relisting our auctions and shopping, seeing if there's any items worth flipping. Soul Uncanny Combatant Plate Greaves for... Is that 10k? I thought it said 90k per second. I was gonna say that's a pretty sick sale. I was lucky today and I was awarded a beta TSM. Nice, it's actually really awesome. So if you guys haven't signed up for a beta invite, you guys should definitely do that. I think it's open to everyone now, so you don't need to have a premium to sign up for the beta. I just loaded TSM recently. Anything I should 100% know? Not really. Just like probably watch a couple of YouTube videos, like Samadon's videos. Trying to think who else made. Like Shara's old videos are pretty decent as well. But they haven't been updated, so everything's gonna look probably a little bit different. But it should give you an idea of how it works and how to set it up. But yeah, I think Samadon's videos are all up to date, so you could check those out to start. Do you have to do anything after you have signed up? Like do something on the email when you get access? Nothing on the email, but you do need to change a setting on the desktop client. There should be a pull down for which version of TSM you're running in game, and you want that to be the beta release channel. But it should be in the options on the TSM desktop client. So you'll have to do that before you log into WoW. So no sales on Zul'jin. Yeah, so if you're new to TSM, Silent Mouse just linked a playlist for Simonon's videos. So you can get those, or you can watch those to get started.
I have just the thing for you.
I did update my data. Let's see, before I started streaming, so it is up to date as of like roughly 2 hours ago. So we can run a great deal search, see if there's anything worth picking up. So there is a bunch of rainy poppy petals for 1 silver. There's only 11, but it's probably worth buying that out and then combining it into an herb. Oh, maybe not. It would give us a small profit, but nothing too amazing. Leon Ehi, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, and like Darkwing said, if you're in the WoW Economy Discord, you can ask questions in the support channel. And then if you have like questions or bugs to report, you can do that in the beta channel. Yeah, it's just like discord.gg/WoW Economy is the link for it. I'm off for some food. Have a good rest of your stream. Awesome, sounds good. Thank you so much for the big raid again. Hope you enjoy your food. Yeah, I actually just ate myself before I started streaming. So a lot of these are below our minimum and not posting, so we'll have to look at the prices manually. And then decide if we want to post or just hold on to them. Bought 2 of those at 100 and flipped 1 at 166. It's actually a pretty decent sell rate on an old recipe. So we could list it for 150, I think. Oh yeah, pretty insane deals on these red workman shirt recipes. You can see I bought 2 of those at 1.5. They're back up to 18 now. So we could potentially make like, what would that be, like 12 times our investment. minus the auction house cut. So we'll list those at 18. Like, even 18 is still pretty low. You can see the RMV is like 30, 31. And then the region sell average is actually like 39. Sorry. The historical is 39. But the sale average is only 3. That's interesting. I would expect it to be a lot higher. You ate yourself? How did you taste? Pretty good. Hey, is there any chance you will update your TSM paste bin that is in your Discord? We could actually work on it a little bit today. Maybe once we get done relisting here, we can work on it a little bit. I think we're starting a Mythic raid again at 7, like 7:30ish, so that'll give us like 4 hours of gold making.
May the eternal sun shine upon me.
The battle pet's part of the paste bin. Oh, did we forget to copy it over? I think Billis helped us with that one, right? And then he did also help us with the flipping operation, I think, for transmog. Because I was looking at Sierra's old post, and I couldn't quite get it to work, so Billis helped us fix it. It's actually on another account. This is a flipping account, WoW 2. The profile's on WoW 4, so we'll have to switch over at some point. I think we're done on Zul'jin, so we can switch. Alright, speaking of battle pets, we bid on a bunch on Kel'Thuzad. I think that's the realm where Billis dumped a bunch of his pets, so we can check that after this realm, see if we want any. I only had, I think, 200k on that realm, so just bid on, I think it was like 3 TCGs. But really good prices, so we should be able to hopefully make a profit on those, assuming we won the auctions. Yeah, the ones that we bid on yesterday during stream. So we did sell Glyph of Flickering on this realm for 9k. It's actually a glyph that you can make with a trial. Fairly easy to do. We actually talked about it and did it. I think it was on Illidan. I think it was 2 weeks ago on stream as well. But you just roll a Trial Shaman, fly out to the Old Nagron, pick up the recipe, and then craft them. Mail them to your banker. But yeah, 9k sale from that is really good. And I have 2 left. Well, I actually sold a couple at 500 gold. Super low. So we do have a couple of Felsteel Longblades on this realm. Looks like 2 Longblades and 3 of the Reapers. Got really nice prices on those.
Peace, friend.
I think I got the Longblades for like 40, and you can see we got the Reapers for like 22. Not up on the auction house right now. Try 120, I guess. Probably close enough to the RMV that we might actually get a sale. But you can see the market value on this realm is 200. So I think I may have been listing it at like 200 or 300. What's your best advice to get started with transmog? I mean, are you farming it yourself, or are you trying to find deals on like the Undermine Journal? Probably start with some of the easier farms, like dungeons where you get more items. That way you can build up your auction house. And then once you have enough auctions on, or once you have enough listings on your auction house, then you can do much more lucrative, like stuff like Old Man. There's a lot of really rare items, but they have a super low drop rate. So unless you're farming that a lot, you're not going to really make a decent gold per hour, unless you get super lucky. But if you farm something like Mana Tombs, you're going to get a lot of items. You're going to be able to build up your auction house pretty fast. So I think what most people recommend is just doing like 10 runs of each dungeon to start out, listing all those items. And then once you get some sales, you can start focusing on dungeons where the more popular items drop. And then once you build up like enough stock, you can focus on like stuff like Old Man. Chase after the items like the Fez. I don't do much farming though, so I'm not a very good source to ask. Like Persephone is pretty good. She does a lot of like looter praiser challenges and runs those dungeons, so if you see her on, you should definitely watch her. And you can always ask questions in chat, and she's pretty responsive, so. Yeah, 2 to 3k items, I think, is usually the first goal. So the Felsteels are 578 on this round. It would be nice to sell one at that price. Oh, we actually have a Talbot meat on this realm. Must have bought one at some point. But we paid 5k for that, so hopefully we can sell it at 20. BRD, Razor, Friend Crawl, and down Dire Mall East and West. And the one in Tanaris, can't remember the name. Our dungeon's done a lot. Tanaris would be Zul'Farrak? Is that right?
Ancestors watch over you.
So we're on Thralls. Gonna see the Endermine Journal and check for items that we might potentially flip.
The winds guide you.
Yeah, I don't really see anything on the Endermine Journal, so I'm gonna switch realms. We can actually check Kelty, or KT rather, see if we sold any, if we bought any of the pets that we bid on the other day.
Walk with the
Is it Moobot that doesn't understand SO as a shortcut to shout out? I'm not sure. I do have a Moobot and the other bot set up. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to shout out Senza's when she raided us. Yeah, I think you have to actually manually type it out. Yeah, I tested SO and it didn't seem to do anything. So is there another bot I should take a look at? Gonna hop on KT and check our mailbox real quick. Hey, how's it going, Stive? Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for stopping by. I found a full AFK transmog farming spot I've never seen anyone use. Is that anything you are interested in seeing? Yeah, definitely. I like AFK farming spots. Like, I have a couple of hunters parked in Shadow Labs right now. Just AFK farming. Super easy farm. You just chill and loot every... I think 1 to 2 hours is what Sharkin said. But I usually check every like 20 minutes just to move my character so it doesn't get disconnected. It goes by whatever the command is given. Just replace shoutout with SO.
Mortal desires mean nothing.
Shadow Labs and BC. Yeah, we can actually check out that farm in a second. So we did win the pets, and we actually sold 2 lost males. That's awesome. We got 9.5k each. I think I have a few left over in my mailbox, or in my guild bank. But really glad would be one of those 2 CG pets. Got some really good deals, and then we also got Billis closer to his goal of getting a long boy on NA.
How are you? See you around.
I can't carry any more of those.
And they're down to 8.5. Oh, we actually paid 7.8 for those. Could potentially do another reset at some point if the prices get too low. So we'd be getting like 8.1k after the auction house cut. If we list at 8.5 and it sells. I think that's fine still. Oh, I need rep. So yeah, we can check out that farm in Shadow Labs. Pretty sure I have a hunter still on this account. It's set up right next to... Actually, no, we ported out. But we can run to there really quick and show you guys the farm. It should be on Tichondrius. Yeah, it's actually a farm that Sharkin showed me a couple days ago, and I've just had all my hunters, pretty much any account that I have a hunter on, just parked. Farming anytime that I'm on, pretty much. Once you have it set up, you don't really have to do anything, aside from moving your character and looting, so definitely a good farm. Nice. It should just be SO now. We got that working. So yeah, Shadow Labyrinth is down here. And then Mana Tombs, which is one of the dungeons that we were talking about earlier as well, is down here. It's definitely a good farm if you have multiple accounts. Just set it up there every morning. Or whenever you get on. So yeah, Shadow Labs is the one that's like south. There should be another one over here. To the east, another one to the north, another one to the west. And we have it set to normal right now, but you can farm it either in normal or heroic. Different loot tables, I believe. Because heroic is fixed at a higher level. But I've just been farming it in normal and making enough gold. But I may try heroic next week. See if I notice any sort of difference in like the drops and the gold per hour. Trying to enter the Pit of Sauron for farming Chopper Mount, but entrance is not open. Where does the quest line start, if you remember? I think you have to run like 3 or 4 before you get access to Pit of Sauron. So you should just go in the one that's like open right now, do the quest, and then the next one should be open. You just work around in a circle in that room where the dungeons are. Hey Frodo, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well today. Happy Sunday.
I require a target.
So in this room, you have to kill everything that's channeling. And then it'll free up the boss. And then you can attack the boss. Not gonna bother to loot though.
I must get closer.
Those items should come in the mill actually. And that way you'll save some bag space when you're doing this farm. And if you kill this boss, the whole room pulls, so that's an easy way to pull everything at once. I don't think anything is worth looting, so... so the farm spot is in the last room. So it's just a matter of getting there. And then setting it up is pretty easy. I did actually mess it up the first time and killed the wrong mobs. So I had to reset it and try again. But it's really easy once you figure it out. I can't even get into where the dungeons are yet. Are you high enough level? This is like an AFK farm for hunters. Just in Shadow Labyrinth. I'll show you guys how to set it up in the last room.
Gladly.
So I usually dismiss my pets here. And then wait for these mobs to aggro the murmur. And then if you hug the wall, you won't aggro anything. So once you kill Murmur, everything's gonna aggro. So you want to feign death, and then wait to like release or whatever until the mobs reset. So we kill Murmur, feign death, and then chill for a little bit. These guys should start channeling again. First time I did it too soon, and they like re-aggroed me, and I had to like reset and do it again. But you guys can see that they're casting. Not really casting, but they're in that pose. So it's like safe to get up. You want to kill this guy? Resummon the pet and set to defensive. And if you chill right here, there's an infinite spawn guy, the guy that we just killed. He'll just continue spawning and running into you and aggroing. So your pet will just kill the guy once he attacks you. And you can just park your hunter here pretty much all day. You get some really cool stuff in the loot table. I think Sharkin got the Fellsteel Longblade in here, just AFK farming like this. I've gotten some pretty decent recipes as well. Maybe like 30 or 40k RMV. And then a lot of transmog I didn't have. Is this for raw gold? No, this is actually terrible for raw gold. It's more like AFK farm if you got like a second or third account that's not doing anything. It's a rep farm where you get exalted. With the Horde Expedition, you can buy the recipe. Oh, it's for engineering. Nice. Yeah, I should actually do that on this tune as well. I have engineering, but I don't have any of the mount stuff set up, I don't think. Yeah, I still don't have Sky Golem set up on this realm. Pretty sure I don't have the chopper recipe. And then I don't have a specialization yet either. So I'll have to work on this tune, maybe this coming week. Yeah, I think Sharkin, he did it with a monk initially, but he was telling me the hunter's a lot better. Because the pet will kill the things for you. But it's like a super easy thing to multi-box. Like if you just have like a... Let's say you have like a second account, you can just have this farm in the background while you play on your main. Which is what I was doing yesterday, just raiding and then having my hunters in Shadow Labs do this. We did this back before they changed Rushing Jade Wind. Oh yeah. Kinda sucks that Windwalker doesn't get the statues anymore either. We used to be able to talent into that. Wonder if that's coming back in Shadowlands. Probably not though, right? Not sure where Sharkin is. Oh, it's actually a Monday in Australia, I think. So he could be in school. Oh, it's 8:33 a.m. in Canberra, Australia. Yeah, if you just check out Sharkin808 on YouTube, you should be able to find his video. Yeah, I like the Hunter one a lot better because the pet will do all the work for you without having to cast RJW. But yeah, that's the farm. It does give decent gold per hour, or raw gold as well. But you have to loot more frequently if you want the gold or the uncommons. But the rares and the epics should stay on the corpses for, I think Sharkin said like 10 hours, up to 10 hours. So you could just like AFK farm this all day and not have to loot if you're after any of the super rare stuff. Just a matter of moving your tune every like, probably like half an hour to an hour, just so you don't get logged off. I'm gonna camp and we can check out a few more of my bankers. But yeah, super easy thing to do just in the background. If you're working on like school stuff or like work stuff, you can have it run in the background and not have to check it constantly. So we can check Storm Rage next. If you camp in the dungeon, do you return to that spot? I think you have like 10 to 15 minutes to log back in. But if you're logged out any longer than that, it'll return you to the entrance. So if you get like disconnected, you need to log on within 15. Probably like 10 minutes to be safe. Down to 100k on this round. I used to have over 1 million. Do have some rare stuff though. You can see I have one Fell Steel Longblade I picked up for 38k. A couple of the Corium Champions, and then a couple of the rare transmog items. You can see the Harmbarb's pants. I picked up 3 of those at a 16.6k average. Region market value average is 350, so almost 20 times that. And they're going for 100k on this realm. How many items do I need to have in the bank to start selling Mogs? Probably depends on the realm, but I think generally people say a couple hundred. I'm just gonna list one at 100k, and then sit on the other two. So if we sell this at 100k, we'll get our gold back, and some profit, and then we'll have 2 more to sell at whatever price we want. Aquarium Champion, 30k. We picked those up at 7.5 and sold one already at 11.9. So we could sell one at 30, I think. That would actually be a pretty nice flip. 7.5 to 30k. Long blades on this realm are down to 275, but we picked ours up for 38k, so I think we can sell at 275. Make like a quick 230k profit. Yeah, it's like almost 2 WoW tokens if we were able to flip that. Innervating Band. I think this is actually old like twink item. You can see the RMB is almost 100k. Managed to pick one up at 3k. But I think the stat crunch is gonna probably kill the market on these. So we could try and sell close to the RMB. Student says 2000 transmog up on the auction house at all times, but he is on EU Argenton. Yeah, it's like the super high pop realm, right? So we did pick these up for 2k, but dang, 4.5k for a recipe that sells, or that has a region market value average of 23 is pretty low. I may actually sit on mine. Hopefully the prices go back up again. Yeah, I think you're safe at like a couple hundred to 1,000. Like on one of my alliance realms, I have probably 1,000 of the Island Expedition gear. And I usually sell a couple each week, each time I relist. Walknarf, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, it might be tough with only 20 items, unless they're like super popular transmogs. Pretty sick flip on these. You can see we bought 8 at 1.5k each, and we've already sold 4 at a 7.7k average. So pretty much like quadrupled our gold on the ones that we have sold. Yeah, 12k cost basis, and we made back, what would that be, like 30 already? So 20k profit, and we still have 4 left over to sell. Dang, we bought these at 2k. There's 5 up at 676. You can see the RMV is like 7k though. So I may actually buy these out. I'll do a reset and then try and sell one at closer to the RMV. So buy these out and reset to like 10k maybe. Pretty low sell rate though, so we have to be kind of careful. So if this reset doesn't work, I'll probably stop buying. The sell rate's 0.01, average daily sold is 0.01 as well. Pretty plain looking transmog. Not sure if that was worth it, but we'll find out, I guess. So we'll throw 2 up at 10k each. Wow. That would be a really nice flip as well. We bought 3 of those at 1.3k average, and the region market value average right now is 57. And they're selling for really close to that on this realm. Oh yeah, I do own 2 of the holy diadems on this realm. Super expensive item. I probably got a pretty good deal on it, but I don't have the TSM mechanic data for this item, so I'm not sure exactly how much I paid. Bought 2 of these at 500, and we've sold 1 so far at almost 2k, and they're back up to 3.2 on this realm. Another good flip. I think this is actually an item that drops pretty frequently off of like Old Man runs. So you'll probably see a lot of these on some realms. I want to give away for Shadowlands Epic Edition, but it just keeps saying that my account is ineligible to redeem it. Are you trying to redeem maybe like a NA code on EU? Or vice versa? It's definitely a EU code, send a ticket, so hopefully I'll get an answer tomorrow. Nice. So we aren't doing very much on this realm either. You can see I only have 27 items up on the auction house. But a pretty solid RMV, or DB market, I guess. 1.5 mil almost. Hey Metcat, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully we'll get some sales on this realm. I actually forgot to craft the enchanted pets on my main account. Trying to decide if I want to do that. Let's see how much they're selling for on this realm, actually. So the cauldron's for 1.2, pens 2.9, torch is 5k. Prices are pretty low, so maybe not worth it. And then I'm gonna stash some of these Dark Moon stuff in the guild bank. Yeah, Dark Moon Fair's not for a couple of weeks. I actually used to do reset on the Dark Moon Fair items on this realm. may actually start doing that again, just to build up our capital. Fairly easy to pull off, and pretty good profit. Lackey SG7, thank you so much for the follow.
Here there.
Apparently I have a bunch of badly burnt food. From Stupid Nomi. I don't know why I bought those, but... I have 700 of those for whatever reason.
Watch your back.
Just gonna throw these in my guild bank as well. Alright, we're done on Storm Rage, so we can move on to the next realm. Potion and treasure finding are 1k on my realm. Is there a way to craft that cheaper? Is it like 1k to buy each potion? Yeah, you could always like farm the materials yourself or buy the materials and craft it. Checking Sargas next. Pretty sure I have like 600 or 700k on this realm. Might check the Undermine Journal, see if there's anything worth investing in. Yeah, once you hit like 500,000 on each realm, you can start investing in bigger ticket items, I think. Oh, I see a couple of really insane deals on the auction house right now.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2.
Dang, we missed the Slark hide. Undermine Journal says there was one up at 100 gold. Nighthaven Birches. RNV's 200k. Don't know anything about this item, but we'll just buy it out. It's only 55 gold. Pretty sad I missed that Slark hide, though. 100 gold for that would have been a really nice pickup. Yeah, there's 53 of these on NA. Region market value average is 336k on the Undermine Journal. And then the TSM data says that it is pretty close to 100. But yeah, definitely worthwhile at 100 gold. Yeah, if the potions are too expensive, you could always just buy the materials or farm the materials. Craft it yourself. And that might actually be better if you have an alchemist with the mastery. What do you think of investing in inks since prices are really low and supply will be cut after Shadowlands? Which inks? Are you talking about like the older inks, like the Ultramarine and is it Crimson? And the Viridescent ink? Could be worthwhile. You can still craft with them as well. Like some of the contracts use exclusively Ultramarine inks. Like the Mechagon rep ones. And then you can also make the offhand as well with the blue and the green ink. So if you're not able to flip them, there's always probably going to be a use for them. But it could be pretty risky. The blue pigments are really easy to get. Same with the greens.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost better to buy the herbs. Mill the herbs and then craft the red inks. And then make the war scrolls with the red inks. And then you should have a bunch of the blue and green pigments left over. You can either mule those or turn them into offhands. I feel like that's going to be better gold making wise than just buying the pigments or inks off the auction house. But it is super time consuming though, so it may actually be worthwhile to buy it if you only have one account. But if you can have like a second or third account, like shuffling inks, just buying the herbs I think is a lot better. I'm just checking under my journal, seeing if there's anything else that's worth picking up. Still super sad I missed that Slarkide. Yeah, I don't really see anything else worthwhile, I don't think. What would be a good start on making good? Are you asking for a shot on making gold? I mean, if you're like starting out with like no gold, probably just farming materials. If you have like leatherworking and skinning, you can do the Atoll Desar farm, which is pretty good gold per hour. I think at if you're on like a demon hunter and can farm it efficiently, it's probably like 18k, 20k per hour. Otherwise, you can just do like herbs and ore, which is what most people do. You could farm old dungeons and instances for transmog. You could also farm pets and stuff like that in old raids. A lot of people are still collecting those for their metas. There's achievements for collecting certain pets from raids. Yeah, like the AQ pet's still really good. The idol. Maybe not on this run. Quite a few listed at 1.5. But you can see the region market value average is like 4.3k. And it probably takes less than 30 seconds to get the kill and see if it drops for you. So you can like take it to a low pop and probably make closer to that 5k. Should I move to TSM 410? Got my beta key today. I think it's worthwhile. I'm actually using it as well. I think it looks a lot better. There's a lot more functionality than 409. And a lot of the bugs have been worked out already. So we picked up 5 of those at 4.4 each. They're back up to like 60. So I think that was a good reset. Buying those up at 4.4. So these we picked up at 2.5. They're back up to 28. Wow. Fellow Edge Battle Axe on this realm, 3.5k. You can see the region market value average is 55. They're only 33 on this realm, but we got ours for super cheap, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Longblade at 85. That's actually fairly cheap. Especially when the swords are actually going for 55. Yeah, I would actually kill for this price on Tichondrius. I sold a few of mine at like 30 and 35. So it's almost double that on Sargeras. Saltstone legs, we picked up one at 1.5. They're back up to 53. Pretty popular transmog set. So definitely buy that. I would buy that in a second. Are you talking about the Felsteel Longblade? Yeah, it's really hard to pay 85k for something that you've been buying for like 40k on most of the other realms. But yeah, even at 85, that's like still a really good deal. I would actually do it if I had like a blacksmith on this realm that I could actually learn that recipe on. Start crafting the swords. On my low pop, there's only one and it's up for 500k. Yeah, they can be pretty pricey on the low pops. You can sometimes get lucky with like snipes or finding stuff on the Undermine Journal. Because there's a lot of people that get the recipe and don't know how much they're worth. They'll just throw it out for a couple thousand gold. Even though it's worth like 10, 20 times that. Probably happened with this item. You can see we bought 2 at 400 gold. Region market value average is 27k. And they're going for 9.7 on this realm. Yeah, like people will get items while they're leveling or whatever, not know their value and list it up for super cheap. Said it a bit earlier, bought the Star Belt pattern for 15k 2 weeks ago. Dang, that's a really nice pickup. Glorious shoulders for 22 gold and leg plates for 15. Yeah, that's an insane deal. Hey, how's it going, Persephone? Yep, it's the auction house. This is how real gold makers make their gold. We buy items for cheap and sell it in the auction house for a lot more. Thank God I do that every day. I'm a real gold maker. Yeah, we were actually on your realm earlier. You should give me some gold on that realm. I think I was down to like 70k or 60k. Just give me a guild bank with gold in it. Gold cap. Hopefully my server will get merged soon. I want to raid, and recruiting is rough when there's sub 2k active players and the guild only speaks Norwegian. Yeah, and even if it doesn't get merged, you can always level up another tune. Or transfer your tune. Sounds like I should buy you out so you can GTFO. I mean, I can move a bunch more pets over there if you want me to. Yeah, but I hardly have any auctions there, so it would probably be easier to buy me out. Tichondrius on Horde NA is probably the best server in the game for guilds. Yeah, actually, one of my guilds on Dragon Ball moved over there recently. I think we're going to be raiding over there for Shadowlands. But I'm probably going to main Alliance still. Because I do really like my raiding guild on Malfurion. How's it going today, Stangs? Are we doing anything besides Mott tonight? Maybe taking a look at, I think Hive's the next easiest, right? Oh, Shadowheart is a lot easier. Nice. Are we gonna take a look at that tonight or tomorrow? Warshaw, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by the stream, everyone. Hive is easy, only after 20 people learn to not take rollies to the face. Do you get more of those spawn in Mythic, or is it the same amount? So I think we're done on this realm. We can switch and take a look at our next realm. Same amount, but far more punishment, along with the transitional raid-wide damage. Yeah, but we have really good healers, so we should be fine, I think, on the healing. Yeah, assuming we have like monster and all the pumpers. I just had my first transmog sale. Congrats, what did you sell? I'm working on my 1 week WoW token challenge tune, and I'm already over WoD. Nice, are you streaming that as well, or are you working on that off stream? Yeah, I don't see anyone that's like a WoW Gold Maker on right now. Oh, actually, Rafipi's on. I assume he's multi-boxing. And then I guess Peruna is on as well. Yeah, I think we actually relisted our auctions on Moonguard yesterday. But we could cancel and probably relist, since we got undercut by now. What's the journal you keep checking? I can link it to you really quick. So yeah, it's linked in chat. It's called the Undermine Journal. You can check for deals on each realm on NA or EU. So you just click on the realm name in the upper right. That'll let you change it to whatever realm you're on. And then if you click the deals tab on the far right, it should pull up a bunch of items that could be potentially good deals. So I usually refer to that for most of my flips. Probably the easiest way to make gold, once you have a bunch of items on your realms. You'll usually get 1 or 2 sales each time you relist. But I'm still working on building up on Moonguard, so not quite there yet. You can see we only have 36k on this realm. I think we're closer to like 70 or 80, but we did buy the Hotshot Pilot Gloves. This item. I think I paid like 30 or 40k for mine. You can see the region market value average is almost 530. So yeah, definitely worth the pickup. It is a super slow seller though. Hey Ian, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well today. So yeah, much better prices on these compared to Sargeras. I just finished dinner, made up some stir fry. Nice, that sounds good. Oh, thank God, I thought I was on day 5 of the challenge and was starting to worry I'm only on day 4. If I can get level 100 today, we should be good. Do you guys have to start from level 1 for the challenge? Or can you do like allied races, start at 20? Not sure what I'm gonna do for dinner. Maybe I'll end the stream a little bit earlier today. Go pick up some takeout or something. So I think we're down on Moonguard. Maybe check the Undermine Journal real quick. There is a Beguiler's Robes, 4K. Region market value average is 133k. Yeah, I wish I had more gold on this round. I'd probably do a reset on these. You can see it has a pretty low sale rate, but the price is low enough that you could probably flip one before the prices came back down. But yeah, we only have 36k on this realm, so we're going to be taking a look at smaller flips usually. Hello, Octoberly. Thank you so much for the 200 bits. Thanks for stopping by the stream today as well. $200 IQ, 1 IQ per bit. Yeah, we were just talking about your challenge. Who's ahead right now? Corruptors, thank you so much for the follow. So I don't really see anything on this realm aside from this, but I can't really flip it since I only have 36k. That would be 20k, like 27k to do a reset. I would have enough gold to do it, but I'd be left with only like 10k, 11k. So gonna have to do a pass on this realm. Cobra Scale Gloves recipe, 2k. Dang, these prices are insane. Yeah, you can see the RMB's like almost 30. It's actually over 30, 32k. And they're going for like 2k right now. Maybe we'll buy these two out. Try and sell at 7.5. That'd be like an okay flip, I think. Try that, I guess. It's not a race, more of a personal challenge, but of people who started at level 1 I am. Nice. So you have to make a WoW token each week? Or do you just need to make like 4 by the end of the month? So we're done on Moonguard. We're gonna switch to our next realm. Check Magnus next, I guess. I think I'm pretty low on the gold on this realm as well. So we have 58 on this realm. It's actually a lot more than I was expecting. No sales though.
Looking for something special?
Got that Shadow Labs farm working on my Warlock. I don't have any Hunters level. Took almost 30 minutes for the mob to kill me with no gear on after using Burning Rush. Glad you got it set up. Does it work with the Warlock pet? That's pretty cool. I'll have to test it with a mage and see if that works as well.
Go in peace. What brings you here?
Could do a reset on these. You can see there's 2 of them up at 55. But the region's like 2.2. Probably worth buying out. Throw ours up for like 5k maybe. Quite a few at 1k. Gonna see what the island gear looks like on this ROM. Could probably reset these. You can see there's 2 up at 100. RMV is like almost 2k. Might actually do that. Buy those out and then just relist. Maybe like for 3k or something. Dragon Rider legs. That's a really popular transmog. So I'll probably buy that out to do a reset. You can see the sell rate is pretty high, 0.07. Average daily sold is 0.14. Probably safe buying that up at 450. That's like actually a really good deal. Specifically for the Dragon Rider piece. Wonder how much harnesses are on this realm. The harness, which is a chest, is the best piece from the set. But generally people will buy out like one of each to have the collection. So I think we're safe resetting the legs. There's wrist wraps for 700 gold. That might actually be too high. You can see it has a much lower sale rate. And the RMV is actually a lot less as well. So the harness is 55k on this realm. Tempted to actually reset the wrist. There's only one. It's listed for 700 though. Has a so-so sale rate for a 310 piece. Might as well try it.
We shall meet.
And then worst case scenario, if we can't sell it now, we can always sit on it until Shadowlands. Max number of times. I do not. I just usually just keep posting until it sells.
Greetings, traveler.
So we could try like 5k on this. Pretty low sell rate of 0.03, so we only need to have probably one up. And then we could set the price for the legs and the bracers since there's only going to be ours on the auction house right now. So I'm thinking of going greedy and doing like 20 for the legs. And then maybe like 15 for the wrists. And then if someone comes along and decides they want the entire set, they'll buy ours. Along with one of each of the other pieces. Oh, someone actually posted one at 4.4. That's kind of annoying. So I guess I'll cancel my list at that 4.4.
May the eternal sun shine.
Scarlet Bolt is 4K on my server at the moment. Dang, you should buy it out. That's a really good price for any of the Scarlet pieces, I think. Today I was on the train, opened Undermine Journal, just search after when I got home. I see the Duskhaven top hat for 500 gold, and it's gone by the time I get home. Dang, that sucks. I actually had the same thing happen to me earlier. I saw a Slarkite on... I think I was on Sargeras for 100 gold. And by the time we checked, it was gone.
I've been expecting you.
I think we're good on this ROM. So gonna switch.
Go in peace.
I don't have 4K at the moment. If you have like gold on another realm, you could always do the Guild Tabard trick. We do have a long blade recipe on this ROM as well. Paid 56k for this one. So the Guild Tabard trick, I can actually show you guys really quickly. I think there's a guild vendor over here. Oh, it's actually over here. Nice. So if you need like quick gold on a realm that you're not on, you can just come to the vendor over here.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I actually can't see it because I don't have the rep. But there should be like a guild tabard like right here. You can buy it for 250 gold, and then it's bind on account, so you can mail it to your other tunes on realms where you want the gold, and then just vendor the tabard. You only get 62 gold 50, so you're losing like 75% of the value. But if you need a couple thousand gold on a realm like really fast, that's like the fastest and probably the best way to do it. How much liquid gold do I need to start doing these flips? Sorry for the noob questions. I started playing a few weeks ago.
Watch your back.
I would probably say like 50,000, just to be safe. And it also depends on the value of items that you're trying to flip, or like the purchase price. Sometimes you can find items that'll flip for like 5 to 10k for like 50 gold on auction house. So you may only need like a couple thousand gold to get started in those instances. But I think like 50,000 is a pretty good safe number. Like starting goal. And you can make that pretty easily just doing raw gold farms. It's maybe like 2 or 3 hours of farming. Dang, we paid 6.6k for those. I actually buy these out to flip. Okay seller for an older item. You can see region market value average is over 10k. And we picked up our last ones for like 2.4. Throw up 2 at 30 each. G-Bar, thank you so much for stopping in. Hope you're doing well today. I already bought a WoW token. I was doing the Roll Gold farm skinning thing. Oh, are you talking about like the Atolzasar farm? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Just get leatherworking and skinning and farm that dungeon. I don't really see anything else I want to try and flip on this realm, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my next realm. I'm pretty sure we did Blue Hollow actually yesterday, but we can check it again. Oh, you were doing the Legion one instead. Nice.
The winds guide you.
So we haven't been undercut on those.
Walk with the earth.
I think there's actually one other realm that we need to check the, should be on the Oceanic tab. Yeah, one of my viewers actually hooked me up with a bunch of items on a couple of realms last week. Since they were consolidating their realms. So we should probably relist these auctions as well.
Step closer and don't mumble. Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I'm trying to get 5 WoW tokens so I can buy Shadowlands. I'm from Brazil, so the game here is too expensive.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I decided to YOLO, try to get the Emerald Whelpling to drop since I'm so bored. Yeah, it's kind of an annoying farm to do. I remember that one and like the Azure one being pretty hard. There's like a couple that you can AFK farm though. I think we're done on this account. I'll check out Tech Hunters real quick. Relist my auctions on the Hunter. And then after this, we can switch to our other account and work on the TSM profile. And then I'll show you guys my auctions on my Monk. And Death Knight as well on Tichondrius. Been doing pretty well with Alchemy on my Monk, so you can check that out as well. So yeah, if you stay logged out too long, not farming the Shadow Labs, then it just ports you to entrance. So you have to set it up again.
Hey,
So I think these are sales from earlier. We did sell a few more of the War Scrolls, Edelanc ones this time.
off and away.
And then I think the rest is just stuff we can vendor.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless. Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Just gonna cancel those manually and relist. So this guy wants to have a undercut war with me.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Yeah, these things are so cheap to craft anyways. And I don't mind just selling them at crafting on this realm.
Good day to you. Very good.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I wonder how the offhands are doing on this realm. Oh, actually, I'm out of Expulsum, so I'll need to craft some later.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Yeah, why don't we just switch accounts and get set up to work on the TSM profile and check out some more bankers on Tech Andreas. So I think we're going to be on WoW 4. I should actually log that out of my... log it out on my laptop. So we can check out my Death Knight first. Check out our sales on this. So we sold quite a bit of Uncanny gear. Prices are super low though on this realm. You can see I'm selling each piece for like 1k to... looks like 1.7k was the high. Actually 3k for the Shanker. Really solid sell on that. So we may have to do a restock at some point as well.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Time for me to say night-night. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. COVID-19 is not over just because it's warm in summer. Happy gold making. Sleep well, Mouse. Thanks for hanging out today. May have been a mistake to try and reset these on this round.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
So we're sitting at around 1.3 on this realm. I think my monk has like a 100k mailbox, so that should put us pretty close to 1.5. Pretty nice gains though in the past 2 months. Was hoping to make it to 2 million by the end of the month, but not quite sure if we'll make it. We'll need another like 500,000 in the next week or so. Yeah, I should probably cleanse a few of my items. Stanks did hook us up last night with the TD3 sword. So I think I have TD5 now on this tune. So I'll probably need to cleanse my rings. But I can take care of that later. So I was gonna switch to my monk, I think? Yeah, I don't think I had anything else to do on this tune, so we can switch to my monk and look at the sales there. I have been selling the potions for a pretty decent profit. I think we bought a bunch of herbs yesterday at 4 gold each. So with the silences and ring 3, that should bring our crafting cost to like, I think it was like 14 gold per potion. And I've been selling them for over 20. I think like 23, 24s as well for some of my sales. Yeah, so it's a little bit over 14 gold crafting costs for each of the potions with silences and rank 3. So 104k in sales on this tune. You can see all I'm selling pretty much are the Superior Battle Potion of Intellects, Potion of Unbridled Fury, and the Sugar Crusted Fish Feast. Actually, I almost sold out. I'm down to 1,000 of those. So we may need to... We'll probably need to restock on the fish. When Dark Moon Fair comes around again. I think it's 2 weeks out. Not next Sunday, but the Sunday afterwards, so... We need to get through 2 weeks.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2
I actually sold my potions. I had this account up on my laptop, just relisting while I was streaming on the flipping account, so... Got a few sales that way. It's actually really annoying selling on this realm. You're constantly needing to undercut, relist more to capture sales. You can see there's like 10,000 listed of just the Unbridled Furies.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
And then we did pick up a bunch of cloth yesterday, and we should probably shop for more today as well. Oh yeah, and someone was trying to bait others to undercut him at 13 gold, so I kept buying out his auctions earlier today.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
So there is a bunch more mage cloth at 50 silver, so we'll probably buy that out. Linen cloth at 15 silver as well. So buy everything up to 1 gold 45. And then mage weave we can buy up to probably 1 gold 3. So I think Billis was saying each cloth for the linen cloth and rune cloth have a value of roughly 5 gold, 70. And then mage weave cloth will have a value of like 3 gold 30. Once pre-patch hits, assuming the numbers stay same for the shuffle. So I'm just investing in the cloth now while the prices are super low. You sold the Talbot meat for 18.4. Dang, nice sale. I actually have a Talbot meat on our realm. I don't know if mine sold, but probably need to relist that at some point. But yeah, good luck with your key, man. Bolts at 1 gold are pretty good as well, so I'm going to buy those out.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
And then we'll probably need to mill these cloths somewhere, so I'm going to mill them off to my... I have another banker in this realm, so I can probably mill it off to him and then just stash them in the guild bank until pre-patch hits. Should actually roll my silences as well, see if we get the prosperity again. We've had 3 of them in a row, so hopefully this will be number 4. And no, it was not. Yeah, pretty much I think anytime that I've rolled it on stream, it's always been the silences prosperity. But we just broke our streak, so... wasted Talbot meat trying to tame the pet.
More.
Dang, that's expensive tame, man.
My inventory is full.
Were you finally able to get the pet? May I actually just make a group for these? Oh, we don't have any bolts in the inventory, that's why it's not showing up. And then just make a mailing operation so it's easier to mule those. We do not want to set a max quantity. I think we should be good. You got one pet but wanted two. Farm the meat myself, put 2 on the auction house, but they're only going for 7k and sell slow.
I can't carry more. My inventory is full.
Yeah, I think out of the ones that I bought so far to flip, I've sold maybe like 4 or 5. And then I think we picked up close to like 15. Maybe closer to 10. But yeah, they are slow sellers for sure.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, so undercut already. I can actually probably cancel most of the ones I have up. Just leave up the 82 that we relisted. We did just get a sale. Looks like we sold like 10. And undercut again. Yeah, pretty annoying selling potions and stuff on this realm. You're having to constantly relist.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I thought that was me then. Oh, are you on Tichondrius as well? Buying my potions?
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I just got undercut again, but I'm not gonna undercut to 20.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Oh yeah, I think I was wearing too much corruption on this tune as well. I was getting chased down pretty hard in a key yesterday. So make cleanse these bracers. Yeah, I can actually cleanse the bracers and wear another versatile 3, which I have in my bag. So I'll have to look into that later. Oh, that's a good quest. Turn in 15 calcified bones for 5 expulsum. Definitely worth it.
Where are we going today, Grandmaster?
I'll have to do that on ults as well. Just mill off 15 to each ult. Yeah, so if you're Horde, definitely worth checking this out on NA. Because calcified bone is super cheap.
Greetings, traveler. We shall...
Farewell.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, they're like 9 silver on Tichondrius. So it would cost you, what, like 90 silver? I think we turned in 10, right? But yeah, definitely worth it. I have 3 accounts. One of the accounts is constantly logging into the auction house running undercut scans because it's the only way to sell on my realm.
If you find anything exotic,
Yeah, it's pretty much the same on the Tichondrius as well. It's in like the top 3 for NA realms for Horde. Stuff like the feasts aren't as bad, but consumables like the potions and like food, you have to be relisting a bunch. Pretty much like non-stop. It does have to have like a 2nd or 3rd account dedicated to doing that. But yeah, we've had some pretty decent sales, like steady sales. Just crafting with our Silas's proc. Buying the herbs when they're cheap, and yeah, crafting them into the Unbridled Furies. You can see most of my sales are between like 17 gold up to like 23, 24. And I think at 4 gold per herb, the profit on that is like 10 gold per potion. Pretty close, it's like 8 gold or 9 gold. And then if you like sell a high volume of it, it does add up.
have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, I think this guy's doing that, trying to get people to undercut him at 13. But I'll just buy it out.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I think he's been trying to do that all day.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
So yeah, Xanath is back up to 4 gold 40. It was at 4 gold yesterday, so I probably should have picked more up. But even at 4 gold 40, it's pretty decent profit just doing crafting the potions at rank 3, and when you have Silas's.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I could actually work on a TSM profile now. I forgot where we left off. We did work on the Islands group, so that's all set up. We don't have to touch that for the rest of the expansion, unless they add more. And like pre-patch or something. So we could build out our profession groups. Just gonna change that to 2. So it looks like enchant prices, minimum price is 40% DP market as our min. Or 110% over crafting. I think this is actually too high. Because it bases the crafting cost off of the current spot price of the materials. So if you like craft while the Veld crystals are super low in price, but then go to list them when they're super high in price, this messes up the minimum price. So we might actually have to tweak that a little bit. With Silas's, it's 1.7 flash on each one, right? Yeah, you need to have Silas's and rank 3, and you'll get 1.7. So I'm actually going to switch to my enchanter, and then we can work on that operation. Maybe improve it a little bit. Xenanthid is 1 gold 5. Damn, that's insane. 1 gold for Xenanthid. I wonder if using DB historical would be better. So you guys can see a lot of the enchants are showing negative profit. Actually, I'm missing a lot of rank 3s on this realm as well. But I guess it would be fun to craft like versatile, quick, and deadly, which is what I've been focusing on mostly on this realm. Just the 8.0 enchants. Since even at rank 2 you only need 1 build crystal for each one. So we could actually craft a few of those and see what it looks like when we post. And then decide if we want to tweak our operation for auctioning. I'll just keep like 5 of each. So it does put our minimum price at like 216 for the masterfuls. And it does show us a crafting cost of 186. They're sitting at 127 right now. Trying to think what the best way would be to tweak the operation. So the bin price is taking into account the shuffling instead of just looking at the auction house prices for the mats. But it does get super confusing since we're doing multiple profession shuffles. Like if I have a bunch of like green and blue inks left over, I'll just shuffle for Expulsum and then craft the offhands and disenchant those for Veil Crystals. And then we also have to take into account like bonus procs and stuff like that. So I don't think there's an easy way to do it. I can always check online later and see if there's anyone else that's already done the work. But we'll see how the other 3 enchants end up posting.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oh, these prices are actually really high, so yeah, it's gonna work without any problems. Hey, is that same guy that was trying to bait us on the Unbridled Furies? Oh, he doesn't want to sell us any at 13 anymore. Disappointing. And yeah, we didn't get undercut in lab reservings. So I think the enchanting profile is good for now. We'll just need to tweak it a little bit. Might not do it now, but we could just tweak it in Shadowlands. When the prices are a lot healthier. And it's easier to like set up the operations.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Probably want to start adding items to each group though. Yeah, it's like mostly bare bones at the moment. We have like all the groups set up, but no items in each group. So I'm actually just work on that off stream because it's a lot easier to do the imports. Importing the items in bulk, and you can do that with the website. Oh, and then Dark Moon Transmog. And quest items. Trying to decide if we want the Dark Moon group in like the Transmog. But I guess quest items technically aren't Transmog. But you can get tickets for them and then turn the tickets into Transmog. So it might actually make more sense to move the Dark Moon group down to... just drop it in Transmog for now. And then it'll be easier to import groups for this as well, just off the website. And then alchemy is another like really confusing one. Because some recipes you do have rank 2, some recipes you have rank 3. And then you do also have to take into account the Silas's proc. And then stuff like Transmute Mastery for the older world stuff. I just bought 65,000 Laystone ore at 2 gold 50. They're going for 8 gold. Someone just bought a lot. Dang, that's really awesome. Are you turning those into auto hammers as well? That can be like really good profit. Especially if you have rank 3, you just need 15 of the laystone ores and some of the vendor mats to craft the auto hammers.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oh wow, Ghost Iron's super cheap today. I should actually stock up. Pretty sure my alchemist needed a bunch the other day and the prices were too high. You can see the min buyout was like 4 gold 25. But I think anything under 5 gold is probably going to be worth buying out. But I should probably just switch to my alchemist and see what we needed. And then we should also work out if it's cheaper to just buy the spirits. Oh yeah, I do need to get my Mesopendary engineering up as well. So much to do. But we can do that maybe tomorrow. Should probably write down a stuff I need to do on the Tichondrius. So I'll probably work on Mesopendary engineering tomorrow. So we can start crafting sky golems. And then we should think about starting to buy up the cheap ghost iron and the crafting mats for like living steel. And then we do also need a bunch of the ghost iron bars and ore for the jards as well. I've actually never done the math. So yeah, 5 gold and ore you would need so it'd be 10 gold per bar. You need 10 bars per day, and then 30 days worth of dailies. So what is that, like 3,000 gold? Yes, I think it's like 3,000 gold for each of the sky golems for the jards component. And then for living steel, we need either 3 trillium and 3 spirits, or 6 trillium for the daily one. And then we need 30 of those. If we were to just buy off the auction house, 400 times 30 would be 12k. So that would give us a crafting cost of 15 for each of the sky golems. And then sky golems selling for 40k on this realm. So that would actually be really good to get into, just to get our... how's it going, Mr. Rich Guy? Going pretty well, man. How are you doing? How many engineers do you have for the sky golem manufacturing on Tichondrius? I actually started playing here a couple of months ago, so I only have... I think I'm up to 5 120s. Because I have a Death Knight, a Monk, Demon Hunter, regular Hunter, and a second Demon Hunter. So that makes 5. And then I also just boosted a Priest. So we could get Engineering and... Not sure what I would pair that with. Could just do like engineering and alchemy. Maybe go transmute mastery on that priest as well. That way we would get 2 transmute masters on Tychondrius. And then I would also need to... I don't know if it's worth getting the Siluses this late, but if we got that, we would have 2 chances at the prosperity buff. So I should probably work on that priest. I actually boosted it, I think it was like 2 days ago. I'm having a fight with Google Analytics. Oh, for your website? What's the issue? Wow, glad to see you're still making videos and streaming. Remember watching your videos 2 years ago to learn from you. Got recently back to gold making. That's awesome, man. Thanks for following for such a long time. Yeah, I've been doing videos for, I think, 3 years now. And then I recently got back into streaming a little bit over a month ago. Yeah, I think a little bit over a month. Because I started in like mid-July. And we're almost at the end of August. But yeah, thanks for stopping by the stream. We're actually right now taking a look at the Sky Golem market on Tychondrius. And I think we've decided that it's worth it. Hopefully I did my math right. That would be embarrassing. I'm gonna write it down and make sure I did the math right. So 5 gold per ore times 2 would give us bars times 10 for a daily, and then times 30 for 30 days. So it's just 3k for the jards. And then for the living steel component, we could just buy off the auction house at 400. So I'm just going to use that number, even though our crafting cost would be much lower. So we need 30 of those, so it would just be 400 times 30, which is I think 12k. So rough estimate 15k crafting cost for Sky Golem and selling for 40. So that's actually like really insane profit. Just a matter of being consistent and doing our cooldowns every day for 30 days. And then getting our ult set up as well. So I need to do that on my hunter, because I already have engineering on my hunter. And then I'll probably get engineering on my priest as well. And they're actually on different accounts, so I can do them simultaneously. Save a lot of time and be a lot more efficient. But I'm probably going to invest in some of these ores. Probably don't need to buy out 57,000 right away. Maybe buy out like a month's supply. I'm actually going to switch over to my alchemist. Don't remember if we needed anything else on that tune. I think we capped classic alchemy and got our transmute mastery learned. But let me check really quick. I'm gonna switch over to my monk. Spirit of Harmony is 90 gold, 20 ghost iron ore times 4.7 equals 94 gold. Oh, so you're saying it's cheaper to buy the Spirit of Harmony by 4 gold? So I should just buy out the spirits up to 94 rather than buy out the ghost iron. But we do also want to have a couple of spirits as well for our living steel crafting, I think. Oh, you're on Tychondrius as well? Nice. Are you in the Sky Golem market? Are you going to be competing with me? Let me get caught up on chat. Sorry, had to scroll up a bit. By the way, if I have 2 accounts on the same email, if I upgrade to Shadowlands with both accounts and get the boost, can I use both boosts on one account, or is it one on each? I think they changed it so it can only be used on one of each. Yeah, like I boosted, I upgraded 4 of my accounts on this BattleNet, but each of the accounts had to use this boost rather than having like 4 on one account, even if they're the same BattleNet. Two things. Google Sitekit WordPress plugin doesn't want to fetch the viewer's data, and 2, I am trying to figure out how I can remove my old website data from Google Analytics. That's interesting. There's no way to remove it. Or maybe like hide it. I'm not selling them right now, saving for Shadowlands launch. Yeah, it's probably the better way to do it. I made about 4 million the last month with boosting, got a bit burnt out and looking to learn the ways of the auction again. I have to say it's a challenge. Yeah, I'm actually on Tichondrius, which is kind of like a new realm for me. I'm not really used to playing on like super high pops. So it's definitely been like a learning experience as well.
Have anything ancient to trade?
But we've done pretty well, I think.
2 centuries old.
Making a killing off of these feasts. And then... yeah, these potions aren't bad either. Just a matter of being on top of the relisting.
If you find anything exotic,
so I had to get Transmute Master on this tune. I think I had to like level Mists of Pandaria still. But that should be really easy. I think you just buy the green tea. Just spam that up to pretty much cap, and then you pick up a bunch of new recipes along the way. So I may actually do that now while it's on my mind.
have anything
And then
ancient to
probably pick up
trade?
some Ghost Iron as
Needs
well.
to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oh, and then checking the price of the spirits as well. So there's a bunch of spirits at 80 gold, so we should probably buy those out first. 80, 84, 85, 89, 90. Yeah, that's actually really good. And just buy these out. And then that'll give us Ghost Iron ore at 4 gold. We could even buy up to the 90. Maybe not. Maybe just wait for more at 80. So we may actually not need to buy any of this Ghost Iron ore. Should buy these motes that are under 8 gold. And then just combine them. Wow, there's actually quite a few. So 38k. Do you think it's worth it to buy these out? The boosts, at least the 110 ones, can be used on any account in the BNet. Oh, so it must work for the 110s, but the problem I ran into was I couldn't use the 120s on like a different account, even if it was on the same BNet. I love Google products and apps, but when something goes wrong, you look it up how to fix it, the info you get is like crap. I only got 1 boost. I bought the Heroic Edition on 1 account on a BNet, and bought another Shadowlands regular edition on the same BNet. It would not let me buy the Heroic. That's really weird. Really, I can remove my old website data. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've played around with Google Analytics and like AdSense. What do you think of the Shadowlands professions? I actually don't have beta access, so I haven't been able to take a look like too in depth. But it looks decent, I think. Pretty good for gold making. You need Classic Alchemy to pick up the quest for Transmute Master now. Yeah, I think it used to be you needed the cap of Mystic Pandaria, but now they changed it so you need to cap Classic. So we did that on stream the other day. So yeah, we bought a bunch of spirits at 80 gold, so I'm gonna buy the motes at 7 gold. A little bit over 7 gold. Uh, 38.2k, but we should be alright.
If you find
We'll
anything
definitely
exotic,
use them
bring it to me.
crafting sky golems this month, so we're actually gonna burn through them pretty fast, I think. Sold more potions. Any idea what professions will be the best for gold making and Shadowlands early on? I mean, I think we talked about this the other day. Probably enchanting. Like, enchanting is really good the entire expansion, pretty much. It's actually, like, pretty terrible now. But, in between, like, patches and stuff, it's really good. Inscription was really solid for me at the beginning of BFA. Jewel crafting was insane. Like, in the first 3 hours, I made 700 or 800k without even trying. So it really depends on, yeah, like I said, I haven't been able to take a look at the beta, so I don't know what the professions look like. But I'll probably make like a prep guide or something again, once we're in pre-patch and Shadowlands is much closer. I think I missed a bunch of follows, so sorry about that. Zevo and Daywalker 1999 and Bartsy, thank you so much for the follows. Sorry I missed those earlier. Do usually have my headphones off, so if I don't have it on, I'll usually miss the alerts on my desktop. Classic Alchemy for Transmute, what items do they require for the quest? The same items, you just need 4 of the Living Steels for Transmute Mastery. So yeah, we got Classic Alchemy to 300, and then that gave us the quest for the Transmute Master. And then now it's just a matter of getting the Mystic Pandaria Alchemy. We have to go to the trainer to learn that. And then I believe it's like 75 skill points to cap that now. But I remember it being really easy, because I did do this on another realm, I think a couple months back. Crafting what on the first 3 hours of jewel crafting? So I had a jewel crafting enchanting main, my mage, and then I just had a druid on a second account with mining and herbalism. So while I was questing, I would just have the druid do gathering, turn the ore into gems, and I was selling the XP gems for, I think my highest sale was, I want to say like 500,000 gold, maybe it was 250k, but I sold like 2 of those. I actually have a screenshot somewhere. Let me check really quick. No, they were cut gems. They were the XP gems, like the 5% XP gems. Yeah, I actually posted it to Twitter maybe like a week ago. So I can find it pretty fast, I think. So I found the post. It was back on July 25th. So my highest sell, I sold 3 of the XP gems at 200k, and then 2 of them at 100k. And that was like in like the first 3 or 4 hours. There was no one else on my realm selling them for the first 3 hours, so I had the monopoly, just set the price at 200. So I made, looks like 800k in the first 3 hours just selling gems. Not even like a high volume of gems. I sold 5 gems and made 800k. So we did get a bunch of the moats, so we're gonna have to combine all those at some point, but I can just do that off stream, because it's gonna be a lot of clicking and pretty boring for you guys, I think. So I'm just gonna stash those in my bank, and then we'll go check out the alchemy trainer in Miss Pandaria.
Do you know who I am?
There are 3 gold currently. Yeah, like I was the only one selling for the first like 3 or 4 hours. So I just set the price at 200 and actually sold a few. And then I think one other person came along to undercut to, I think it was like 100k. But I still managed to sell 2 of those at 100k. And then if you take a look at that same post on Twitter, there was a couple of screenshots of my mailboxes like really early in BFA. I was on 3 realms, I think. And I was making probably 2 million to like 6 or 7 million a day in sales just from inscription. Because the Dark Moon stuff was pretty hot back then. I think the trinkets were pretty much best in slot for a lot of classes. So I think my highest sell on the trinket was like 500,000. So yeah, I think inscription might be really good if we get like trinkets like that again. Especially if they're best in slot for some of the classes. I think we're gonna go to Ogremar, and then we have to go to why would people buy them for so much? Isn't it easy to go to the open world, mine few nodes, and craft them? I mean, a lot of people don't have alts that have mining, so that might be an issue that they run into. Also, there's also a random component to it, because if you prospect ore, it doesn't guarantee the gem popping up. So there's a lot of like factors that contributed. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I made a video about it, like saying you should be out mining and crafting these gems like before the expansion dropped. But if I see any other like potentially good deals, stuff like that, I'll probably make a video before Shadowlands. I think the portal's over here. And then hopefully the jewel crafting or the alchemy trainer isn't too far. Yeah, laziness is also a factor. And also, like, this was at the beginning of BFA when we didn't have as much deflation as we do now. So people were sitting on, like, a ton of gold still. I think now people are a lot poorer just because of the deflation. But this was, like, early BFA. So people still had, like, a large nominal amount of gold that they could use on, like, random items. So let me actually look up the where the alchemy trainer is, so I'm not like wandering for an hour. So we're looking for Knee, Gentlepaw, and Dawn's Blossom. I think that's a little bit north of here. Or south of here, rather. Oh, it's down here. So we just have to fly down here.
Tell me of your travels. Travels.
Sorry, let me get caught up on chat again. How's your TSM knowledge? Had to reinstall WoW on the second hard drive. Now TSM is not working. Any suggestions? If you have TSM Premium, they do automatically back up some of your data. So you can roll it back if you have a Premium and the desktop app installed. Yeah, and I don't think it'll work if you like copy over WoW, like mirror to a second hard drive. So you'll probably have to use the desktop client to fix that. Are you not worried about the fact that the barriers of entry have all been but removed, which will create more supply and slim down the profits to the extreme? Probably not for stuff like Sky Golems, because it does take you 30 days to craft the jards. Unless they're going to remove that in Shadowlands as well. If it's just going to be, you can craft 30 in like a day. Yeah, it used to be much easier before I set up 10 plus tunes in Legion to be Transmute Masters. Yeah, like leveling up Classic was a kind of a pain. Some of the herbs were pretty expensive even on Tichondrius. Hey, Pulsating Sack. Thanks for stopping in today. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Loading but no data. Crafting what on the first 3 hours? Jewel crafting. It was like the insightful Rubelites. The red gems that give you 5% XP. That picture on the left stares at my soul. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments about that, so I'll probably change it at some point. Oh yeah, and make sure that TSM is pointing at the correct drive. Just hope that this launch goes smooth. What was your best expansion launch? Probably BFA actually. Yeah, I was actually like set up on multiple realms, so I think that helped out a ton. I also had a bunch of capital left over from Legion. That's when I like really started expanding to different realms. Just flipping BOEs and stuff like that. 101s made me a lot of gold on most of my realms. And yeah, aside from like the full pops being down for the first couple of hours, the launch was actually pretty smooth if you play on some of the lower pops. Darkmoon Fair inscription trinkets have been quite frequently great early on. Yeah, they were really good in Legion as well. Yeah, I'm not actually on my main account, but I can show you guys some of my sales. Like, I was selling each of those trinkets, even in Legion, like, towards the end, for, like, maybe, like, 100 to 250. And then by that time, I was on, like, 6 or 7 different realms, selling the, trinkets. Would you say that it is wise to dual box at the start of the expansion to have one guy crafting, posting nonstop, and your other guy collecting and questing? Especially, yeah, if you can, like, pay for your second account using gold, I think that's definitely worth it. What are you doing? We're leveling up our alchemy, Mists of Pandaria, so we can get started on crafting the sky golems. We got our crafting costs to roughly like 15k, and they're going for 40 right now. They'll probably go up in price again at like pre-patch and like launch for Shadowlands. So ideally, we'll get started crafting maybe like 2 of them on this realm each month. I am also leveling a few alts, so we can add a few more engineers as well. Once I have those leveled to like 90 plus. I would have... Okay, I think I read that already. I think gathering can be pretty good, like... If we have anything like XP gems, like at the beginning of BFA, like... Gathering your own ore is going to be pretty good. Just because you don't have to buy any off the auction house that are overpriced. And then you can also supply your crafters with ore and herbs. Yeah, if I didn't have that druid on like mining and herbing duty, I probably would not have been able to make so much off the XP gems. Aren't the mats going to skyrocket first hour's days? And will you profit from crafting? I mean, like, even on my low pops, herbs were really expensive, like, for the first month and a half. Maybe, like, 2 months. But I was buying out all the herbs just to feed my inscription. And yeah, I was, like, spending maybe a couple 100,000 to make, like, 1,000,000 gold. So it was definitely worth it. And like I said, my mailboxes across, like, all my realms in the first, like, couple of weeks were like adding up to like 2 to maybe like 6 or 7 million. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up on chat now. If I missed your question, you can just type it out again. I will try and address it. I would rather keep on buying and crafting than farm for 1 hour, then craft a few things. Yeah, I guess it probably depends on your realm as well. If there's already a lot of people like farming for you, it's probably worthwhile to just buy the materials off the auction house. A friend of mine bought about 30 sky golems from the auction house for 35 to 40 on a full pot, thinking he'll flip them on pre-patch release. But I am not a gambler. Yeah, like 35 to 40 I think is pretty low though. They should definitely go up in price. Especially when they take away like flying and everyone's gonna be on ground mounts. Yeah, I think Sharkin was actually buying up a bunch on Frostborn. The Sky Golems. You said you're stocking up on cloth. Can you tell me the median price for each buyout of them? So what I wrote down was that linen cloth and bolt of linen cloth, as well as the rune cloth, would have a value of up to 5 gold 70. And then this is just like numbers from the beta. So hopefully they'll stay the same in pre-patch. And then Mage Weave Cloth, I wrote down 3 gold 30. But generally, I'm just buying everything under 1 gold. Not gonna be spending like 5 gold for cloth. I think it's safer just to set like a price point of 1 gold. So yeah, any of the linen cloth, bolt of linen cloth, rune cloth, and mage weave cloth, I'm buying at 1 gold or less. And then I'm also only buying on realms where I have a lot of gold, or at least a tailor so I can do the shuffle. Let me find the trainer really quick. I think she or he is up here. Oh no, actually it passed by her. Oh, I was actually like chilling right by her.
My goods
Too
are
funny.
crafted with great care.
So that did teach us the Master Healing Potion. So I think we just spam that for quite a few levels. So we just need the green tea leaf.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2
I do really like the
centuries
long
old.
boy. Just being able to mount up like in the middle of nowhere. We probably won't need like 200, but I'm just gonna buy them out since they're so cheap.
If you find anything exotic,
And then we do have a mailbox right here as well, so it's really convenient. So I'm just gonna queue up 40 and see how far I get. So that did turn gray. That actually only got us 10 levels. And it actually didn't teach us any new recipes. So they must have changed this quite a bit.
You are in for a treat. May your days bring you joy.
So do we need to craft these? I'm gonna check on WoW Professions real quick. So we were supposed to only craft the healing potion up to level 10. Oh, and we should discover more recipes as we craft. But we didn't get the one we needed, which is the... I'm just gonna buy maybe the full cap. Maybe buy like 20 of those.
I hope to see you
Have
again
anything
soon.
ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, it's like super cheap. We'll just buy all 73.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Where are we going today, Grandmaster?
New herbs are not in pre-patch. Oh, are they actually not adding any herbs or ore? Oh, you're talking about in pre-patch, not in Shadowlands. Okay, I got it. With all the speculators, though, price could keep going up. As there may be fear on the market for actual consumers on the Sky Golem. That's very true. I guess if they get like high enough right now, you could always just throw a few up. And then sell them, rather than waiting until Shadowlands. So it says just to craft until 55. And then we craft these till 75 once we hit 55. So that's actually really easy. We just need to pick up some of the snow lily off the auction house. So 15 more. So we're at 51 now. So we just need, looks like 23 of the snow lilies, and then we should be able to cap it.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old. If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Yeah, it was actually really cheap to level that up. I wonder if it's worth like trying to sell these. We did cap it though. That was really easy.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Probably just gonna vendor these. Yeah, I think the prices are low enough. It's probably not worth trying to sell.
Step closer and don't mumble.
I could also put in my guild bank, but don't want to clutter up the guild bank with a bunch of garbage items from Miss Pandaria. I think we're done on this tune. I do have to work on engineering, but I can do that off stream. And then I do need to gear my priest and get engineering set up on that. So I will work on those probably tomorrow. What else do we want to do?
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Dang, that's a crazy amount of living steel. 1,000.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
I wonder if it's worth setting up some of the older transmutes. Maybe we look into that later. Because there are dailies with the alchemy we should be using. Oh, I should probably do the meat to pet. Yeah, might as well pick up some of the meaty haunch and do that.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yeah, it's so cheap. I'll just buy 100.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
And then we'll have to wait a week to see what it is.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Yay, we sold some feasts. Sold actually 100 of those at 70 gold each. And then we got undercut, so we should probably relist ours. Same with the potions.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
There are a few good ones. Saronite bars to titanium bars, and 3 trillium and 3 spirits for the living steel. Yeah, I should probably set up for the Saronite and titanium, and then get into the habit of crafting something with the titanium.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
But I can look into that some other time. This is for my realm. Hypop, BFA pre-patch release July 17th. Sky Golem. Market price 88k. BFA launch release August 14th. Price 79k. BFA launched on a Thursday. Over that weekend, prices skyrocketed. August 19th, the market price was 99k. And it stayed above that market price until October 5th. That's kind of an interesting trend. What professions would you say people fall in the trap of investing into them at the start of the expansion when in fact it might be good but not really since it's a full pop? For full pops... I don't know, I think it's a hard question to answer. I've never actually played in any of the full pops at launch. But I imagine there's a lot of competition in all the professions. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But I imagine there's ways to make gold even with all the competition. So I would recommend selling for pre-patch, buy and hold. Oh, not recommend selling for pre-patch, buy and hold. You're talking about like holding until Shadowlands drops and then selling? Past performance does not guarantee future results. Yeah, that's completely true as well. But it's still like a pretty good indicator. Past performance. Alchemy and Inscription. Yeah, I think Alchemy is like a really hard one. Because you really want to wait until like a raid drops. Which isn't until like a few weeks after Shadowlands comes out. So like Alchemy, I guess, would be one of the exceptions. Where people try and cap and get a bunch of stuff on the auction house. But there really isn't a demand for those items. There might be people pushing Mythic Plus, though, pretty early on. So it might be actually different in Shadowlands. Because I think they did announce rewards for Keystone Master again, which is completing all the 15s in time for Season 1. But it's still going to be a pretty competitive market. You can see on Tichondrius I'm like listing just one of the potions, and I'm getting undercut almost immediately. Yeah, we just threw up 100 like maybe a few minutes ago, and we already have like 4 or 5 people undercutting with almost 1,000 potions. So yeah, it's like pretty competitive. But if our cost of goods sold is around 15 to 17, sell whenever makes you happy. Yeah, like 15 gold or 15k is pretty good. Especially if you get like multiple engineers set up on the same realm. Like pump out maybe like 2 to 4 Sky Golems a month. That's gonna pay for a WoW token pretty easily. Because if we have a cost of goods sold of like 15k and we're selling for 40, that's 25k profit for each one. I guess we would actually need like 5 to make 125k and pay for a WoW token. But that's under the assumption that we do sell all 5. And then also that the prices stay at like that 40k. But I think it's a safe bet, like especially with a new expansion coming out pretty soon. Prices should go up. Mythic plus carries will be insane. 400k for a plus 10 carry first week. Split between 4 people equals 100k per cut. And many customers, unlike now, plus 15 carries go out for 100k and cut between 4 people. Yeah, it's definitely like worth getting into early on. It is definitely an investment though. You gotta get yourself geared. And then you probably have to spam a lot of dungeons to get your IO score up and use that kind of as like a reference. Mythic plus carries, don't they need gear for it? Yeah, you just have to get like 4 people that are gonna level as fast as they can, and then probably group up for spamming keys and get gear that way. Because we won't have the raid out like in the first week, so the only source for gear is probably gonna be like world quests, and maybe we'll have like a world boss or 2, and then the rest will come from like Mythic Plus. Yeah, like I had a bunch of guildies on Alliance side like level up to 120 like in the first day. And then they were running keys like the second day. Definitely doable if you get a good group together. Yeah, we just got undercut already. And I accidentally dropped one of my potions.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Hate when I do that. And I think we're okay on fee. There's not as many sellers. We did actually get undercut by Oprah Winfrey. But she only listed 20, so I think we're good. I have a little knowledge about selling services. I came back to the game 3 months ago. That's how I made all my gold in the past 2 months. But it's as dry as it gets. Why do you think I'm here? They're pretty fun though. Like, I really enjoy keys. But yeah, I don't know how bad it is, like, having one carry in the group. Like, usually when I run, it's like 5 people that are relatively geared and that know the dungeons pretty well. So it is 6:30, and I do have raid probably in about an hour. So I'm probably gonna call it here tonight, grab some dinner, take a short break, and then get back into Mythic Naloth again. I think Lamb Chops will be streaming again, so if you guys want to check that out, I will. Yeah, you can check her out. I think she starts stream around like 7, a little bit after 7, and then we'll probably be in raid like 7:30ish. But yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out today. Thank you, Octoberleaf, for the bits, and thank you, Sensa, for the big raid earlier. Hope you guys all have a great night, and I will be looking for someone to raid. So let me see who's on right now. So we do have a couple of people playing WoW. Third Artifact is on. Frasley is on. Looks like Peruna switched over to Fallout. And yeah, I don't really see any like gold makers on. Yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out. I'm gonna be let's raid Third Artifact. She's actually a guildie. I think she has 1 or 2 ults in this guild, so not sure what she's doing. She's not like a gold maker per se, but she is playing well, so hope you guys enjoy her stream. And I will probably be back tomorrow, maybe a short one, since I have a bunch of professions to work on. But yeah, hope you guys all had a great weekend, and I will see you next time.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.